a man dating a transgender woman is not straight. You disagree with the statement. Why is that?
Trans woman is a woman. So
Is a trans woman female?
If your trans partner and they look like a woman, you're attracted to that, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah.
Well, I mean, I agree that men can be tricked, but are transgender women female?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, just for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to go ahead and grant that this isn't actually my position, but that transgender women are women. But so we're talking about gender, but now I'm talking about sex. Are transgender women female?
Female, like a woman and female is two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like female means you have a certain type of chromosomes, you have a reproduction system and everything like that.
Born a certain way.
So I feel like trans women are women.
But you think they're female?
Sex and gender are two different things, though.
Okay.
That's the thing. So, like, I guess.
So are transgender women male?
That's such a hard question. Nah, they're not male either, though.
So
But
what?
I thought you meant they had
Sex.
certain chromosomes.
They do. So I was like, they're women, but they're not female. That's
So they're
what I would
women,
say.
but they're males.
They're women. Trans women are women because if you look at a trans woman, 9 times out of 10, she's the baddest bitch you ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
9
She
times out of
encompasses
10?
the things
Hold
that
on.
take to be a woman, but if you're going off of...
Excuse me?
Look, hey, y'all ain't seen no pretty trans women?
You just said 9 times out of the 10 they're the baddest women.
9 times out of 10 because they have to do more than the regular
I
woman.
mean, females are typically the baddest.
They're bad.
Women,
They're
but-
like look, they have to do more to compensate for you guys' doubt.
Honestly,
So they look
serious
good.
question though, as women, you guys are all women, right? How does it make you feel to hear that sort of thing where you say that dudes who dress up as women are the most beautiful women? Would you agree with that?
I would hate that. And I hate when they put a man, a transgender man, like they're still a man, and they put him on like a fashion magazine and like as a woman. Or like they
Like Woman of the Year.
yeah. Like, dude, you're not a woman, you're a dude. You know?
Yeah.
With lipstick
Wait,
on.
I hate that.
So is everybody here transphobic?
What's
sure.
what-
It's not
hold on,
transphobic.
But you don't
I just,
like them.
I just feel like it's insulting to say that a man could be a woman. That's like blackface. Like you're dressing up as a woman, so now you're a woman all of a sudden. Exactly.
I mean, Callie agree.
To be honest though, she's exactly right. It's a perfect logical analogy there.
You women should be offended.
I just don't subscribe to that.
But Jake actually made like a really good point. Like the comment you said about how like trans women are some of the baddest. What was the baddest looking? They look the baddest or whatever.
I'm not saying that, but they look
Like,
good. They make
how
sure they
is
look
it-
good.
But you ladies gotta keep a little something for yourself. Like you can't give like hottest woman to a trans. Like men are better than y'all at being hot. Come on, bro. You can't.
not necessarily.
Men are.
That's
That's
men are
not what I
better.
meant when I said that, guys.
Exactly.
That's not what I meant.
We men, yo, the patriarchy wins again. We men are better
better.
at being hot women.
Right.
We're better in everything, bro.
guys
We're
are.
better than we're better
We're
than
beating you
guys.
guys at the boxing and the women's Olympics,
Right.
women's weightlifting, women's beauty contests.
Yo, guys, W's in the chat for
patriarchy.
men being better at being hot women than women. Just W's in the chat. I don't know. That's kind of crazy, but okay. But like, so how about really quick on this? But I'm a little confused here because you did make a differentiation between gender and sex, right? But then I'm asking like, is a transgender woman female or is she male?
She's a woman.
Yeah, but
She's a woman.
I 100% agree with you. Is she male or female?
She's a woman.
No, you're 100%
Okay,
right. She's a woman, but is she female or male?
She would be male legally.
Well,
Legally.
Did
Right
they
now
change-
in this country.
Did they
Biologically.
change the definition of woman?
What do you mean?
Like, since when is
He's
a woman
granting
and
it
a
for the sake of-
female-
for the sake of
This is
debate.
crazy.
And then
Woman and
it's
female
like, what do you
everything?
say about somebody that has both? Because there's people with multiple things down there. So what do you say?
What is
That's
a?
very
You said it's
rare.
different, female and woman. What is a woman and what is a female?
A woman is someone who takes on the attributes of femininity and identifies as being a woman.
So if I wore a dress and wore this wig and some lipstick and I said to you I'm a woman, you would believe me?
No. You'd
If
be a
you-
man in a wig and a dress on.
If you were consistent, If you were consistent, that's what you really want to do, and you were making the transition.
But
then
tomorrow, if I came to you and I said, look, like that chat we had last night made me realize a few things about myself, and I had the wig on, and I said I'm a woman, you would grant me that status.
I would if you really meant that. Yeah, hell yeah.
How do you know? How can you ascertain if I mean it or not?
We'll see what you do if you're consistent or not. Like,
Well, okay, what about this? How about if I said to you, if I came to you in tomorrow, and then 6 months later as well, and I'd been doing it the whole time, but I said, look, Rebel, truth is, it just really turns me on if I'm dressing like a woman.
You
It
just sound like a drag queen.
No, but if I said that to you, and I said, look, I don't, it's just that it really turns me on to like, someone's going to clip this. If I
Clip it and ship it. Clip it and ship it.
Wait, what?
if I said that to you, and I was like, look, the truth is that's just how I feel, and it just gets me off. Like, would
It
you?
turns you on dressing as a woman.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Would
You
you?
just-
Would
you're
you say
just-
that I'm a woman?
No, you're a drag queen. You just want to do this, or you're some type of
Right.
some type of
So you're trying to
sexual-
ascertain
It's called
motive. then.
transvestite.
It's yeah.
Transvestite.
Well, what it's actually called is it's a condition called autogynephilia, and it's
Really?
actually a large. I don't know how much of the portion, but a lot of men who dress up like women, it's because it turns them on. What's that movie, Brian, where the guy dresses up like the woman and he's got autogynephilia and he has the person in the hole?
Right.
Hannibal Lecter.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Silence of the Lambs.
That's the one.
Silence of the Lambs.
That's the
Put the
one.
lotion in the basket.
Yeah. So that dude
What?
has autogynephilia, and he dresses.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Like,
There was a case of a guy in Australia. His name's Lee something or other, and he was a football player. And then he got caught one night in like the roughest part of Melbourne, dressing like a woman and he had all this like meth on him and stuff. He'd been smoking meth for days, and came out that like he used to cross-dress for like a sexual fetish. And then, like even after everything, after all of this drama of him being caught with these drugs and doing these weird things, he just came out and goes, you know what, guys, I'm trans. And then literally a few months later, he was on the cover of Woman's Weekly, dressed like a woman, and they were like all celebrating him. So that's like sort of
What?
that when you distort what a woman is like that, and then in this conversation, it's kind of the conclusion of it is that if you're going to be tolerant, you kind of have to be tolerant all the way with it.
there is nuances to it. I feel like some people take advantage of people's open-mindedness, and like, I'm not really trans, I just like to dress up, and they don't identify correctly. But I feel like there is some people that truly feel that they were born in the wrong body, and we should make space for them for that. You're not gay for being attracted to somebody that presents themselves as feminine. You're only gay if you like
Do you
men.
think that those people need help?
Dang, you like that?
Yeah. That's a mental
What?
illness.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
something you need to talk through and figure
I don't know,
why you
because
feel that way.
me
Something
personally,
happened
sometimes I
in
wake up
childhood.
feeling I'm the man, and I feel like I'm the girl, I'm that bitch too. I feel like I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch too. And I feel like that too. That's me personally, being androgynous and stuff. I feel like I'm both sometimes. Not saying I don't
What does
claim
it
to be
feel like-
non-binary.
What does it feel like to be a man?
It
If you say
feels
you feel like a man sometimes.
It feels dominant. It feels like you're in control. It feels like you're taking care of the other people around you. Like, I have just a mom and a sister. That's all I have to live with. So I take care of them, make sure they're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Provide financially for the people around me. It's indescribable, but I'm describing it. Like,
Well,
yeah.
I think it's interesting because what you're describing right now is definitely a masculine characteristic that would
Right.
typically be associated with masculine, which is providing for people
Right.
around you. But still, you can be a female and you can be a woman and you can provide for people around you. It wouldn't necessarily make you a man. So what
Right.
about what you do makes you a man, though?
I mean, like, so for me personally, I don't identify as non-binary, nothing like that. Like, I believe I'm a woman and stuff like that, but I can understand how some people might feel differently and stuff. When I was younger, I told my mom I wanted to be a boy. I told her that, but I didn't know what I was talking about at that time. I had to grow into it. But now that I'm here now, I can see why something makes you, if you felt like this a whole life, like I've been tomboyish my whole life, and somebody else that's been going through all that, when they realize, like, actually, I don't like being feminine at all. I don't like being on the feminine side of it, and I want to become a man, it's possible. Like, I just feel like it's...
And when you say that you think that they're transphobic for the
Yeah,
beliefs,
I didn't-
what exactly do you mean by transphobic? Because that term like when people say it like that, it kind of confuses me a little bit. What does it mean?
It just means, like, you're prejudiced or you don't believe, like, it's the same thing as being homophobic. Like, you don't believe in somebody's identification. Like, you don't believe that it's valid. That's
Right.
what it is. Like,
I believe we're either born male or female, and you can't change that.
damn.
You're born like that. Genetics. When you die, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm pretty sure that he called himself a female. Like, no, they're going to look at your bone structure, and you are a man if that's what you were born as, or a woman. Our bones look different. We're genetically different.
You could actually dig up the bones 1,000 years later, and you could still tell what they were.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
But this is the point. Like, I get that from your perspective, it's coming from a place of tolerance, right? Like, you think that people should be able to actualize and they should be able to, identify as whatever. But do you see how actually, if you take a small segment of the population, like people who would identify as transgender, and you say, all right, everybody else has to be super duper accepting of this, do you get why there's also like that would then have a big impact on a large percentage of the population who A, have to lie about it, and B, women have to get like dominated in sports, and women have to accept that like these men in their bathrooms are women. And then do you also accept that these people who identify this way oftentimes need therapy or need some sort of help?
I accept that. I feel like everybody needs therapy, and there definitely should be stipulations to it. You can't just overnight decide that you want to be a woman and be allowed into the women's bathroom and stuff like that. There's nuances to it. And then what about the people that have both? There's literally somebody, like, I literally was just watching it on the internet the other day, a woman that she looks like a woman, she has breasts and everything like that, but she has both. Like, what do we call them? Like,
hermaphrodite.
And that's very rare. It's very rare.
But also, even in those cases, in the most extreme cases, you still are one or the other. You might have a micro penis, or you might have like a clitoris that looks like a penis, or you might even have both. That has happened, but nobody can ever impregnate themselves, right? Mm-hmm. So you either have the reproductive means of a male or a female. Mm-hmm. So you can never have both.
You know, everybody got different perspectives, but I sometimes waking up feeling like I'm that man today. I'm the shit. I'm that nigga today. And you know what I'm saying? And I move as such and I dress as such. And then the next day I might feel like I'm super feminine. It's like, it just depends. So like, I don't identify, but...
Tagged donated $200.
Yeah, thank you, man.
The notion that a cut up and flipped inside out PP feels just like a real Vaha strains incredulity. I refuse to collect any first-hand data on the phenomenon, though, so I'll remain unconvinced.
Yo, Graffito Tag, thank you so much for the TTS, man. You're a fucking legend tonight. Thank you so much, dude. Guys, W's in the chat for Graffito. Like I said, also already, longtime supporter. He's a legend. He's a
brave and a decent man. He's a pioneer.
He is a pioneer. Yo, thank you so much, man, and do really appreciate it. I guess not to linger too long on this. Right. But again, I mean, I would like you acknowledge that there's a difference between sex and gender. Is a transgender woman female or male?
They're male. We're talking male and sex. If we're talking sex, we're talking sex versus gender. It's two different things.
So if a male and a male are having sex, how could it ever be straight?
It's not, because what were you attracted to? It's about being gay is about your attraction. Were you attracted to the masculinity? Were you attracted to the feminine?
But I mean, there's masculine straight women.
Right. It's like if you F a girl in the ass, is that gay? No. Okay, it's the same thing. Like
if you F a guy in the ass, that's
woman
gay,
has an ass. The trans woman has an ass. You thought she was a pretty girl.
Yeah, but if there's a dick there, or even if there's not a dick there, that would be gay. No, you can't push that way to the side.
I'm not gonna get into the intricacies of how you have sex with a trans woman, but it's what you were attracted to. Were you when you first seen them, like you can set your boundaries. You be like, oh, now that I know that you're trans, I'm not gonna be with you. You can set that boundary. But if you originally were, you know what I'm saying, and you get into it, and
but
they're feminine.
But if you like they bamboozled you and like looked like a woman, but like whether there's a penis there or not, if you know that they're trans and then you proceed to have sex with them, that would not be straight. That would be gay.
No.
Yes.
Unfortunately, homosexuality means being attracted to someone of the same sex.
It pertains to like sex. Like that's why we say opposite sex or same-sex attraction. Homosexuality is same-sex attraction. Like for example, if you saw two males, you don't know their gender identity. You saw two males. How about this? You saw a male who was, you saw a male S-ing the D of another male. You don't know the gender identity. And one doesn't like look, isn't like dressing up as a woman, doesn't look trans, like they just look like dudes, like they look like men, and you saw him S-ing the D of the dude, like do you think that would be gay or straight?
No, that's gay. But
Now,
what?
hold on, wait. One more question. I'll let you. Just one more question. But then while the dude who's receiving the BJ, if he's all like, if he says, oh hey over there, rebel, I identify as a woman, does it then in the middle of the sex act, does it then become straight?
Yes, but then also
Really?
no, yeah, it do.
Wait, so-
it do to me. It do.
So you're-
Yes, but okay. What if you got a trans woman? What if they go all the way with the surgery and get their thing cut off and they get a pussy
That's not what he
implemented?
said. He
No,
said
listen.
it's the one getting
I
the
answered that
BJ.
question. I answered them. Now let me answer my question. If it was a trans woman and they got a coochie right in and you couldn't even
Is it a
tell,
coochie though?
could
Nope.
you? Is that gay or not? Because there's no dick
guys,
there.
W Callie in the chat over here.
It's like saying is a
We've just realized
fleshlight. Is that
Callie
pussy?
voted for Trump.
Is a fleshlight?
I didn't know you were a Trump voter until now. But
Right?
Whoa.
W Callie in the
Whoa.
chat for voting for Trump.
She's actually like, guys, she told me this before the show. She's like, you know how there's like the Blacks for Trump? She actually organized that. Yeah.
It's giving that with all this transphobia in here. It's giving that.
She gave me this hat, bro. Look at it. She gave me this hat.
No, we appreciate that
Bro,
shit.
why do you have that
Kelly,
in
we
here?
appreciate that shit. The hat, we appreciate
Okay,
that.
whatever.
I do. Wait.
Whatever.
What's going on back there? What's going on back there?
No. If it's
Like,
No comment.
you're waiting to wash your hands? Yeah, no comment. I mean, you've been back there for like 15, 20 minutes or something. Are you guys coming back to the table or?
Yeah, she's going to go wash her hands now, and then she's going to come back and plead the fifth again.
Even though she was back there, just whatever. Okay, all right.
Look, and you said if it's coochie or real, like it's a fleshlight coochie. It's still,
Okay.
it's still valid. Like it's like saying, like you know what I'm saying. It's still
A
valid.
coochie is a coochie,
Right.
right? A fleshlight is not a coochie. A fleshlight is a fleshlight, right?
Okay.
And if anybody ever says, "Man, I got some coochie last night," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like well, tell me about it." He's like, "Yeah, I just grabbed that fleshlight." I'd be like, "Brother, that's
Pocket pussy.
yeah, it's not it."